From hot and dry, sunny California, it's the Suzanne Summers Show, and here she is.
Yay! Do you know, hi Caroline, I could do these shows for the rest of my life just to be introduced like that. I have my own live-in announcer, lucky me.
That's right.
I'm lucky on so many levels, and a lot of them include you, Al.
Thank you.
So, how are you, Caroline?
Just great. It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles. We watched that huge pink moon.
Wasn't that pretty?
The city last night. Did you see the moon last night?
Yes, and also, for those of us who cycle with our hormones, our bioidentical hormones, to the lunar calendar, last night was the night of the month that we women make the most estrogen we're going to make all month. And it coincided with that. Well, it always coincides with the full moon, but to coincide with the pink moon, wow. So beautiful.
It was beautiful. It took my breath away.
Yeah, me too. Is it again tonight? Or is it over?
I think the full moon was maybe 2 nights
Two
ago.
nights
but
ago,
last night it was
yeah.
still huge and pink.
Yeah.
But I think the super moon, the pink super moon, I think was 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
But someone will probably correct me.
For those of you...
One of our moon-loving friends.
For those of you who'd like a little, a couple of minutes on hormones, because I love to talk about them, I am. Let me turn the music down a little. I am blown away by nature and the perfection of nature. And in paleo times, there was no electricity, and so women, all of us, cycled hormonally to the lunar calendar. And we make the lowest amount of estrogen the first 3 days of the month. That's us women. And then it goes up a couple of increments in the next 3 days. And then in the third quadrant is when we make the most. On the full moon, the 12th day, is the day we make the most estrogen we're going to make all month. Brilliant. Because imagine back then there was no electricity. So they were able to make love by the light of the moon, and on the day that they were fertile and horniest, because they're making all this estrogen. I just find that so amazing, because that full moon last night didn't make you want to make a baby even if you don't have any eggs left. It was just so beautiful. And the interesting thing about cycling to the lunar calendar, which I write about in my book, I'm Too Young for This, maybe the best of all the hormone books that I have written. We women make estrogen every day of the month in kind of waves. We're high, we're low. That's why when we used to have our period, we had days when we felt heavy and thick and moody and all that. On the 12th day, we make the most, like I just said, and then the next day, on the 13th, we drop down to the lowest amount of estrogen we make all month. But guess what? That's when the progesterone comes pouring in. Now, why does that matter? We make it progesterone 14 days or 15 days of the month. So estrogen is carcinogenic. Progesterone, nature, is anti-carcinogenic. So you're making all this estrogen. If we made that much estrogen that we made, 2 nights ago for the whole month, we'd be in a lot of trouble because it's carcinogenic. But the progesterone comes along, anti-carcinogenic, goes, oh, okay, get out of my way, get out of my way. And the receptor sites are all open to receive the progesterone. Progesterone is your feel-good hormone. And so for the next 15 days, you're on the progesterone ride, which is when you feel the best all month. Isn't that interesting? That's nature in all its perfection.
That is interesting. Suzanne, I'm going to interject here just for a minute, because
Sure.
I just need Alan to do one thing on Instagram.
Yeah.
Alan, can you close the IG that you started and restart it on Suzanne's page? It's not on the right page.
Right, that's what I've been doing.
So you missed that whole thing?
No, just on Instagram.
Well,
Yeah, everyone on Facebook, which is, we love our Facebook people. They all got to hear all about hormones and the full moon.
well, it's so important that we understand our bodies and how it works, and to understand the endocrine system. It's important that we educate ourselves about understanding the endocrine system, which is our hormonal system, because most doctors don't understand it. With all due respect, they don't teach them this in medical school to this day. And so the doctors that I interview and that I bring to you, and those doctors, who I found not only around this country but around the world. When I first started writing books about hormones, I could only find 30 doctors in the entire country. Now, there are too many to put in the back of the books, and that's why we give you other ways to find the doctor who's qualified nearest you. So, best you educate yourself, and I will do my best in these shows. When the spirit takes over me, I just love teaching about it. I absolutely understand it, and I told you this a couple of days ago, and I'm not bragging. I just was so flattered that when you decide to become autodidactic, and do you decide? I don't know. I am autodidactic about the way the body works, and especially the endocrine system, which is your hormone system, which is all the hormones talk to one another all the time, all the time, all the time. And I was the keynote speaker for that global conference of 3,000 doctors who wanted me to teach them about the hormonal system. So you're getting it from the horse's mouth here, and I'm proud of that.
Well, David Louis Molinari said, women read Cosmopolitan to learn everything about men, and I'm going to start watching Suzanne Summers to learn everything about women.
Yeah, and make sure, David, you invite whatever women you're going to take on a date out on the full moon. You'll have a really good time. So, anyway, do we have the Instagram audience back?
No.
Oh. Aw.
No, I can't get off the other.
Wow. Sorry.
Just go to you go to the icon in the very bottom right hand corner, Alan, and that's where you can reach the account.
Okay.
But in the meantime, you can interject and ask me questions. Suzanne and I will talk about your beautiful spa. There you are at your spa. Do you know how many people have asked if this is your new house?
Oh, no.
Just
It's
a
sure
corner
pretty,
of the
isn't
house
it?
that we don't usually get to see.
Yeah. And yet, as a family, we hang out. Well, we hang out at Big Al's bar. We hang out in the kitchen, and we hang out here a lot. Those are and then everyone goes off to their own rooms. It's been the most wonderful place to live for 45 years. And I now spend my days throwing things out. And I cleaned out yet another closet today. It feels so good to do that. I'm just lightening up. To the next house, I don't want to bring all my old crap. You know what I mean? After 45 years, anything that came my way, I took it, and I put it in cabinets, and there's so much stuff that you don't use, that you don't need. I've been giving it to charities, and it's a win-win. The charity gets it, and I get rid of it, and it's like good for all of us. So.
Such a good feeling.
Yeah.
It is such a good feeling to be lighter in that way. And especially, when you move to a new place, it's pristine. You don't want anything there that you don't really, things either make the move or they don't.
Well, I learned from you and Bruce when you moved and you threw out so much stuff, and you guys are young, and I looked at your new house and it's so clean and uncluttered, and I thought, that's what I want. That's what I had in my Malibu house. And I loved living that way, and so that's the way I'm going to live going forward. I can't wait. I'm really excited. You'd think I'd be melancholy about leaving here, but I've had the most incredible 45 years here. Our family has grown up here. As a blended family, it's given us a cohesiveness. This is where we all met and bonded and connected. And so many of you who are somewhere near my age, how difficult it was to blend families. We were the first generation who did it, and we didn't know what we were doing. If I could do it all over again, I'd do it differently. I'd have us all in therapy and allow everyone their opportunity to express themselves and their feelings, because otherwise everybody holds it in. I was just having lunch with someone. Oh.
Hi.
Well, look at us. We didn't do this on purpose. What? What?
No, actually,
You're so cute and pink.
We didn't do this on purpose. He came out of his dressing room like this. We often do that, though.
Do you have hair on your chest, too?
I do. But maybe, I don't know, I was in a pink mood today, and obviously you were, too.
Right.
It's very cute. And I was just looking at pictures of our Malibu house on Sweetwater, and you and Arthur were in those pictures.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, and my accent colors there were hot pink and hot orange with all the white background and the deep blue sea. And you and Arthur both were wearing hot pink tops. I'll show you those pictures. They're nice. Anyway, not only today, okay, all right, Alan will hold this up, 25% off the entire site. And I don't know if you realize.
It's important to say the promo code.
This is not my job. You say it.
Okay. Well, you actually took my job away a minute ago,
Okay.
didn't you?
No, I didn't, because
You
I didn't
started-
say what was important.
You said 25% off the site-wide.
Yeah, that's what I said, but you said it's important to say, and I don't know what's important to say.
The promo code.
Oh, see, now you can say it.
Yeah. Well, the promo
What
code
is it? What is it?
is GUT25.
Got 25.
GUT25.
Now, one of the things that we usually don't mention to you, just
I mean,
because.
I don't criticize you very often.
No.
This is not a criticism.
That wasn't a criticism.
Wasn't a criticism.
No, it is a criticism. The night that we're going to the award show, and I'm getting an award, a People's Choice or something. And I had bought this dress. I've told you this story before, so bear with me. I bought this dress long before that, not knowing. I thought, if I get an award, this is a great dress to wear to the award show. It was a black cashmere high neck long sleeve, which is one of my favorite looks, and like a short dress. And then it had this kind of khaki green taffeta poofy skirt. Not like Laura Dern's the other night, and she's a friend of mine. Oh, I wish I had been able to give her a little advice about that white feathered skirt. It looked like a bird sat on her, and she couldn't get rid of it. That didn't work. Whoever designed that dress did not understand how feathers should fall. You have to know how your feathers should fall. You just do. So anyway, the night of the award show comes, and I think it was a People's Choice Award, and I put on the dress, and I've never worn it before, and I look in the mirror, and I think, that looks good. So I come out, and Alan looks at me and gives me a look of approval, and we're walking down the hallway, and he's behind me, and I hear, "You're not going to like the way this dress looks from behind." That's a stopper. I don't know what this says about me, but I changed the dress because he doesn't BS me.
No, but you know what?
What?
What I've discovered.
Laura should have had somebody walking behind her the other
Correct.
night, but she doesn't have a you. And
Yeah.
forgive me, Laura, if you're watching, because I love you and you know I love you. And you were great, and you pronounced all the names that were difficult names correctly rather than struggling over it and mispronouncing. I love that you got that down. I love that. Okay.
So where was I before you interjected?
Well, it was the dress, and you're not going to like the way that looks, and you tell me
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah.
And the gut 25, and I don't know. After
Okay.
that, I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, you mentioned the People's Choice Awards.
Yes.
What's really interesting about Suzanne's career in television, and she's had 2 hit TV series and 2 or 3 others as well. They didn't do
17 years.
as well. Okay, is that she received 2 People's Choice Awards, and this comes from the people, not from the industry.
From you.
Okay, from you guys, for Best Comedy Actress in Three's Company. And years later in Step by Step.
That's true, huh? I
Yeah,
never
you've been
thought about
nominated
that.
for Emmys and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but you've never gotten one.
No. I remember when I was nominated for an Emmy, and the other 2 weren't. Oh, that's not fun. When it's Three's Company and you're the one who gets nominated, and they're the ones with the training. And I was always very honest, way too honest, because the day 1 of Three's Company, I said, "I am so honored to be here. I have to tell you, I have never studied acting other than I got the lead in Guys and Dolls in high school. I was Adelaide." And the whole room went, okay. And I could feel, oh, that was too honest, Suzanne, because they're all thinking, this is not where you come to learn. But what I wanted them to know is I learned so fast. And I quickly assessed that John Ritter was one of the greatest talents that I had ever had the privilege of working with, other than Anthony Hopkins, who was great, a great kisser too. I've had 3 kisses in my whole career. None of them came close to you, Al. Anyway, can you imagine getting nominated for an Emmy when on day 1 of Three's Company I announce to the cast that I've never studied acting except I got the lead in the high school play. But I was, the high school play was pretty spectacular. That's how I got my scholarship to college. And Walter Winchell came that night. Don't know how. And for those of you who are younger than me, you don't know who Walter Winchell is, but if you're my age, you know. He was the first most successful radio, they didn't call them disc jockeys then. He had a radio show that was nationwide, and it started out with a specific sound, like a ticker tape sound. This is Walter Winchell. And he had a costume that he wore. It wasn't really a costume. It was a beige trench coat and a pork pie hat. And Damon Runyon, who wrote Guys and Dolls, based the character of Nathan Detroit after Walter Winchell. So Walter Winchell had heard about this high school play in the San Francisco Bay Area, and he happened to be there. Serendipity. He came to closing night, and when it's over, the drama teacher asks us cast to all sit on the floor, and he said, I have a special guest, and Walter Winchell walks on stage, and he walked right to me, and he goes, "You're going someplace, sister." So when I said to the cast of Three's Company, I got the lead in Guys and Dolls, I'm thinking, honestly, it was a big deal. It was really a big deal. So I got the scholarship to college, and then I got pregnant with Caroline's husband, my son Bruce, and at that time I was going to a Catholic school, Catholic girls' college, and having a pregnant girl in school was not acceptable. And so I left, and you know what? I got the best of everything. I got this baby. The cutest, sweetest, most uncomplicated baby I've ever known. And I have grandchildren, and he was the least complicated. Everything, he just didn't want to upset things. And then I was able to self-educate. So for those of you who, couldn't go to college or didn't go to college or whatever, in today's world, you can self-educate, and I have. So that when I spoke to these 3,000 doctors within this last month, I once again went, it's all up here. If you think you can do it, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do anything. I'll say it again. I'm boring about it. I might write a book about it. The brain believes everything you tell it. And I had my granddaughter Camellia here this weekend, who's so smart and so savvy and so beautiful and so impressive. I'm the grandmother. Honestly, it's not because she's my granddaughter, but I know every grandparent says that. But I said that to her because she's so spectacular, but she doesn't know that 100% yet. And I said, know it, because the brain believes everything you tell it. And I had her repeat it to me later. I said, hold on to that thought, because if you tell your brain, I can't, and I don't think I can, the brain goes, okay, you can't. But if you say to the brain, I can, I am, I have won, the brain goes, okay, great. The brain doesn't have any emotion. So I just find that interesting. What I find interesting is that we are in control if we understand that. And we are in control by the thoughts we think. And we can program everything in our life. And I just came across this Buddhist quote as of late, and I'm paraphrasing, and I think I said this last week, but what it essentially says is, yesterday's gone. Tomorrow hasn't happened. All you have is right now, this moment. Is this moment perfect? Is this moment everything you want it to be? Hang on to this right now, and then the next moment will be all you have. When I think like that, it makes me feel happy. I feel in control. It takes my worries away. My other great quote that I love from The Secret, it says, worry is a prayer for what you don't want. Think about that. If you worry, you'll get worry. So don't worry. Otherwise you get worry. Okay. There's some other great books.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's one more thing. There's some other great books. I've read the whole series of them. Conversations with God. And it's a guy, Donald Neil Walsh, who was frustrated with life and angry with life. And the first book opens and nothing goes right for him. And he's a writer and he wants to write. And he starts writing. He's going, my life never works out. And all of a sudden, automatic writing started. And that was his conversation with God. And one of the things that the God voice said to him was, and because the writer said, I want to be a great writer. And God said to him, you got that? He said, I'm not. He said, no, you've got wanting. If you say, I want to be, you'll get wanting. So just declare what is. Imagine what is and what you want, and then that's your reality. So I use, that's my self-education. I use all these little things, kind of common sense stuff, to develop and grow spiritually and emotionally and intellectually. And I don't miss the fact that I didn't have a college education at all. It's not that, like when I was listening to Camellia talk the other day, who's so educated, wow, did she get a lot out of it. I wasn't a good student. I was that student that sat in the back of the room hiding, hoping the teacher wouldn't call on me. I never knew the answer.
There are a lot of ways to learn.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
I think having been through helping your kid find that path and get into college and how stressful it is, you just realize, there's a reason you pick a school, but a school also picks you. And I think it's like you want, and it's usually a reach school. It's important that the school thinks you're the right fit too. And I think if you can get rid of that idea of, you have to get into fill in the blank, an Ivy League or a top 20 or whatever that school is that you think, there are so many ways to learn.
Yeah.
Right? And you've just done it yourself. Alan, you flipped the camera onto yourself.
Mine is the least expensive way. What'd you do, Al?
I flipped the camera onto myself.
Stop playing with stuff. You wreck it when you play with stuff. Stop. Do you have it? Do you have Instagram?
It's just Al.
Okay.
It's
Do you have
Al.
Instagram up now?
I do.
Oh, you fixed it. Yay. Okay.
And now Instagram is a picture of a C-stand and Alan's face.
Oh,
What?
so you've got yourself on camera, Al, which is great. How do you do that?
Hold it just a moment.
You're back, Suzanne. Okay.
Okay.
We gotcha.
All right. Am I on both of them now?
Yeah.
All right. I'd
I
love.
like your curly hair. Tracy likes your curly hair.
Thank you.
One day, we're going to start our show with no technical problems. I swear. I swear. We'll stop being amateurs.
No, but you know what?
What?
Everybody has technical problems.
I know.
Because
know.
we're in the digital age, which is supposed to solve
And you're 84.
everything. Okay, no,
You
you're
didn't
supposed
grow
to
up
solve
in it.
everything. If computers are so smart, how come we have to have guys from the outside who charge a fortune to fix them?
Which you had here all day. Al
We
had
have
it.
to learn them. That's all. It's just we only know a limited amount, so we're all learning. But look what you've done. You have this amazing studio in your home. You don't have to travel anymore to a shopping channel, which means we can give better pricing to our customers
Yeah.
directly. And you guys don't have to leave your house. And people get a peek at your beautiful house, which looks like a resort, and a place where you buy chairs.
No, I took some away. Doesn't it look less today? I took the couch away. I've got less furniture
If you
today.
need white wicker, Suzanne Summers is the place to be.
Yeah, but can't you see? I took a whole couch
Yeah,
away
she's the
today and
wicker
2 chairs. Yeah.
I know you did. No, it looks nice.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So, after you finish what you were talking about before, Sherry Moskowitz Levine wrote, you, Suzanne, are so wise too. My favorite books are Keeping Secrets and After the Fall.
Oh, thank you,
Keeping
Sherry.
Secrets was a book you wrote in 1989, I think, and we made it into a movie, and that started the Adult Children of Alcoholics movement,
It did.
which was a great support system for people who had endured during your childhood. So those are 2 great books. 2 great
Uh,
books.
And you know what, Suzanne, you just keep coming up with new ways to help people. I'm just reading a testimonial from Melanie Guy, who said, "Can I just say, being on the gut renew for over 1 week, my stomach has gone down and I'm feeling great. Thank you,
So
Suzanne."
great. And today, because we don't often put Gut Renew on sale because it's such an expensive product for us to make. Like, I don't give this away freely to my friends. I give all the other stuff away because we have margins, but we have very small margins on this. But today, you can buy this at 25% off, or you can buy 3 of them, right, Caroline?
Yeah, you can buy 1 bag or you can buy 3 bags, and those are on sale today for 25% off. If you want to do the Gut Renew 30-day challenge, that's 6 bags for the month to have 2 smoothies a day.
You cut
That's
out
your
how many
biggest
bags?
Discount on Gut
6.
Renew. and those are already discounted. So on those you can't use the code today, but maybe you just want to try having a smoothie in the morning. And if you're going to do that, we recommend you jump in today on the sale on the 3-pack with GUT25 as your promo code, and you'll get 25% off.
And I now, every morning in our smoothie, we have one every morning. I bet we always will, because it's different every day. There's so many. If you get the, what are we calling that? The booklet? I don't have one.
Guide, the Gut Renew
The Gut Renew Guide, which I highly recommend because all the recipes are in there and pictures of them. But we have a different smoothie every morning. And now, besides putting 2 spoons of the Gut Renew per person, so that's 4 spoons for us, I put a little, and the spoons are in the bag, I put a spoon of the immune powder in, 1 each for both of us. The immune powder has vitamin C and zinc and other things in it, and it's so, right now...
Yeah, it's called Immune Support. That's the bag she's holding up right now, Immune Support.
I can't think of a better time to be cognizant of your immune system and keeping it strong. I have, in spite of all the injuries that I've had this year, I have a very strong immune system. And I think it's because I've been taking this, and I've been taking a lot of, I actually eat perfect in terms of, most people wouldn't think it's perfect, but I only eat organic. I've been having ice cream for the last couple of months. It's been glorious because I wanted to put on weight. I lost so much weight in surgery. And I, when I got out of surgery, I lost 21 pounds in 2 weeks. It was awful. I weighed 100 pounds. Do you know what I weigh now? Almost 127. And it's through the food. I've been eating protein 3 times a day. I eat a high-fat, high-protein, high-vegetable diet, but I have a sweet yam with butter on it most nights, or a potato, or some kind of carbohydrate. And then I've allowed myself to have ice cream most nights, but ice cream is from the girl down the hill who has an organic ice cream store where she makes her ice cream herself. She's got 6 flavors, and it changes all the time. So everything I'm eating is organic, and all that is great for your immune system.
Yeah, and the Gut Renew is 20 grams of plant-based protein per serving, so you're getting a really good quality protein to start with. And then Suzanne has added all the gut health nutrients in addition to immune support nutrients. But the immune support, if you get that as well, that's the vitamin C and zinc, and it's done in a special formula so that your body absorbs it well, so that you really get the benefit of those nutrients. And Crystal Ray said, I love Gut Renew. I can't brag enough about it. It helps with the bloating so much when nothing else would, and it tastes good. I know what Suzanne is talking about. If the gut's not right, nothing is.
Nothing is.
And she caught the good sale on the supplements.
Great.
So good for you, Crystal. Thank you.
I don't know if you care or not. I always mention with the immune support, vitamin C and zinc, because that's so important. But there's more. There's astragalus. You probably didn't have any of that today. There's honeysuckle flower. You probably didn't have any of that. Shishanda berry. You didn't have that. That's used in traditional Chinese medicine. Elderberry, blackcurrant, kakadu plum, a flowering plant native to Australia. Vitamin C is off the charts, 100 times greater than oranges. So there's just so much stuff in this.
The cockadoo plum, I mean, because everyone says, oh, well, you can get so much vitamin C from orange juice. Cockadoo plum is 100 times vitamin
more.
C of oranges.
100 times more. That reminds me of that song.
Suzanne is finding these ingredients that just make everything that much more supercharged.
Cockadoo plum reminds me of that song. I can't remember what musical. I got a crow.
Okay. So
What?
okay.
What?
So I just have to show you. I have to show you. This is what I'm going to show you. Is a photograph that was taken shortly after we met, when this was a teenager right here. Okay, and I want you to look at this picture and look at this woman. Okay,
You're still in love.
and it's 54 years later.
Oh.
So great.
Does this man love me or what? It's so great. It's so great.
Wow.
When
Amazing, huh? Do you blame me?
It's amazing. One of my favorite pictures of you. It's incredible.
When I talk this, our computer guy was here today, and I was telling him how Alan has taken care of me for the last year, and for the better part of 1 year, he had to do everything for me. And when I start to talk about it, I start to cry because it's so devoted. There are not many men who are devoted, and it's just a beautiful thing. I hope you all have the kind of love we've been able to find. It's so... I say this at the end of my nightclub act. I get philosophical at the end. I always say it's not who you are, it's not what you do, it's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you. And that's true. It's only about who you love and who loves you. So thanks, Al.
My pleasure.
And I'm glad you, that is, I never really look at it because I get embarrassed looking at old pictures of myself, but that is kind of a cool picture. Who took that
It's
picture?
so cool, and it's such an iconic shot.
Yeah, who took that? Do you
Don't
remember?
know.
I don't either. Wow. Was I young?
And something that we haven't, someone was just asking about your probiotic. We are still out of stock on Suzanne's probiotic, but I believe it's close to coming back. But we were able to bring in Brenda Watson's Vital Planet, which is a really high-powered probiotic. So, Suzanne, if you want to show them that Vital Flora, it has
You can never go
100
wrong with anything.
Yeah, it's 100 billion strains of probiotic and 100 different types of strains, which that biodiversity is big in the probiotic movement.
Al,
right
will you
now.
hold this?
Sure.
Brenda Watson is at the top of my most admired women list. She's just an incredible person. I've learned so much from her over the years. I would consider her one of my teachers. She's awesome. It's got 100 billion live cultures, 100 vital probiotic strains, delayed release capsules, and a blend of 10 prebiotics. Prebiotics, remember, is food for the probiotic, thereby making your probiotic work better. And we went out, did we go out last night? Yeah, I think we
Yes.
went out last night, and the pollen is blowing through the desert. Just everybody. I know it's going to happen to me, and I don't have allergies, but I'm just constantly wiping my eyes. And when we go out, if we're going to drink alcohol, we hire a driver. That's our luxury. And he was having a real difficult time, and so I gave him Nasal Renew. And when we came out from dinner, he goes, "That stuff is great." He says, the
Wow.
first time my eyes stopped watering and tearing, and I've stopped, all the uncontrollable coughing. He was just thrilled, and I was explaining to him that we have two sets of microbiomes, which I never realized when I was writing these books. I do now. We have the microbiome in our GI tract. That's the good guys, the good bacteria, and the bad bacteria. And if you've had an antibiotic in your life, you've kind of screwed up your good bacteria, because the antibiotics eat everything, the good and the bad, and now you're left, you don't have any balance in there. We need good guys and bad guys. This is Suzanne speak. This is like, so we can all understand it, especially me. But we now realize we have the same thing in our nasal cavities. We have the good guys and the bad guys, and when that balance is off, and if you carry the HLA gene, which is usually English, Irish, French, Spanish, Italian are the main Europeans that carry the HLA gene. But Alan, who is of Polish descent, carries the HLA gene. You are more susceptible to allergies and to being affected by the chemical assault than those of us who are not carrying that gene.
Also toxic people.
And toxic people. And so when you take the Nasal Renew, it's actually a probiotic for your nose and your nasal cavity. And I was trying to explain to him what this. I said, this is not a drug. It's not an over-the-counter drug. You can't overtake it. It's not going to hurt you. Because he said, how many can I take? And I said, take 3 right now, and then take 3, before you go to bed, and take that much until you got it under control, and then just sort of take 1 or 2 in the morning, 1 or 2 at night. He was so happy.
And Suzanne, again, this product she's talking about, it's at SuzanneSummers.com,
Right.
and it's called Nasal Renew, and everything is 25% off today. So promo code is GUT25.
Right.
And if you want to help with those seasonal allergies, check out Nasal Renew.
I wish I could have our driver walk into the shop now. He like all the way home, he couldn't stop talking about it. And I know when you find something, and he's like I am, like he'd rather not take an over the counter. He was talking about all the over the counter he's taking and how it makes him feel terrible. Now the other thing that you might not think about that's on sale, 25% off, is the product that started it all, the Thigh Master. And there's a funny story that goes with the Thigh Master. I think that I brought nude shoes to television because on Three's Company, if you notice, when Chrissy would wear high heels, they were always nude, and the costume designer always wanted me to put in like strappy things. And I said, no, when I'm not wearing, knee socks, then I want to wear my high heels with the pointy toes and the toe cleavage and the right arch and the same color as my skin. So I found a pair at Manolo Blahnik. In fact, the New York store now has a nude pair that they've named after me because I've ordered so many pairs, which Caroline knows I have. And so I bought these shoes. Now this is 25 years ago.
No,
How many?
it is over 30 years ago.
Over 30 years ago. I'm not good with numbers. I'm good with so many things, but not numbers. And you can catch me on numbers anytime. And I'm not lying. I just don't remember numbers. I don't have a head for it. So I bought these shoes at that time, 30 years ago. Nude, perfect pointy toe, perfect toe cleavage. That means that this part of your toe shows. It's kind of sexy. The right arch, the right height heel, and nude, just the same color as my skin. But they were $565. Super expensive today. Imagine 30 years ago. And I think, oh my God, Alan's going to think I'm so foolish for spending this much money on an absolutely plain pair of shoes. And so I'm in my bra and underpants, and I'm in my dressing room. So I put on the shoes, and I walk out in my bra and underpants, and I said to Alan, like my new shoes? I know it's manipulative. And he looks down, he goes, great legs. You should say that for them, Alan. And I went, oh my God, that's the commercial for the Thigh Master. Now, if you remember the Thigh Master commercial, the original one that was on Carson and Letterman and all those shows, it started on my shoes, those shoes, that I eventually got to write off because they were a work expense. The camera panned up my legs, and Alan Hamill, off camera, said, great legs, just the way he said it that night. And I said, that's because I use my Thigh Master. But I'll tell you, this little thing works. I use this. When I fractured my hip along with breaking my neck and breaking my spine and jostling my jaw this year, what a year. If I'm going to do something, I've got to do it all the way. I brought my thighs back. I don't know if you can see them under here. Can you see them? No, probably not. It's a glass table. By putting this between my knees and squeezing, it works. And I'm not kidding. It works. I don't want to give you a full-on crotch shot.
Show them how you can crack nuts.
I'm trying to crack nuts right now. Now, there's that. If you can start out doing 10 every night, then work up to 20, and then get to 50. If you did 50 of these every night, you'll be so amazed. And when I lost all that weight, I don't know if any of you have had surgery where you lost that much weight, and I'm down to 100 pounds. I'm now 127. 100 pounds, my skin was just hanging off me. My skin was hanging off my arms. It was like awful. I got it back through eating the way I explained to you that I eat, and using the Thigh Master, and using free weights. And then I realized, oh no, I can do it, the upper body with the Thigh Master also. So now not only does the Thigh Master take care of the upper body and the shoulders and the biceps and the triceps, but then if you also get with it, and I think this is on the page at SuzanneSummers.com, nice place you put the butt master. This is the butt master. This works on the glutes, on the outside. So now, here's how you can do this. I don't think you can see it, but imagine, if you will. You might help me over here, Alan, because I'm on a precarious stool. You put the butt master, just put this on the outside of my legs here, because I don't have the strength in my hand right now yet. Yeah, with pleasure.
You know, the other thing,
Okay,
the
put it on the
master,
put it on the outside of my legs here.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
All right.
No, that's not the outside. That's not the
Okay,
outside.
I'm working as hard as I can.
Yeah, yeah, you've missed. You've totally
Okay.
missed a leg.
Okay,
Okay, all right.
okay, how's
Okay.
that?
Okay, all right.
All right.
So,
By the way, the other thing about the
I
thigh
want to
master,
show you. Yeah,
Kegel.
yeah, and Kegel. I'm watching all these ads for women who have to wear these, diaper kind of things, and I'm thinking, just use the thigh master. Okay, let's take this away so maybe they can see through my little glass table. Okay, do you see I've got the butt master on the outside of my legs here? It actually feels good. Do 10 of these, do 20 of these, do 50 of these, you're going to look good. You want to, like, multitask? Put the
And
thigh...
just cover your hooch.
Oh, my hoot showing? All right. Oh,
You
then
need
I
a
won't do
little
it.
hand. Yeah,
No,
you
no,
need a
it's
little
okay.
hand.
All right. Well, anyway, so you know, because I don't want to like flash. But you put this between your legs and squeeze at the same time when you're doing the butt master, and you get a double effect. And this is as good as a gym. I'm not kidding.
So
You can go buy all that gym equipment, and these have been worldwide, global sensations, really. And there's a reason for that. So.
Yeah, if you don't know where your thigh master is, it's worth reinvesting in a new one. Because
It is. It's not very
amazing. You know,
expensive.
You guys have them pretty much in every room.
I do.
And I see how Alan, he just grabs it and he works his arms a little bit. And
Yeah.
I'll see you and you're just sitting in a chair and you'll grab it and I'll see you, put it between your legs and I thought, wow, it's like you're getting these reps and you don't even notice.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
like
even notice.
yeah, it's not like any kind of torture thing. So people go out and spend all this money on expensive gym equipment and put gyms in that I call them gym cemeteries because I find the friends I have, the more money they have, the more fantastic their gym is. They don't use it. They don't use it. They just walk by and go, "Here's our gym." But in our house, we've got our gym, which is the thigh master and the butt master in most every room. Most every room. My guest rooms have a thigh master. Why not? It's a fantastic little thing, and it was at a time in our life. I had just been fired from Three's Company, which I will always. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I don't harbor anything, but I will always feel it was very unfair to take me at the height of my success when I couldn't have done any better, and I didn't understand why all the men were making 10 to 15 times more than me. And so I became the first feminist on television, but I really wasn't. But the packaging was wrong. It was because Chrissy Snow was saying, "I want you to pay me what you're paying the men." Seeing the men laugh like that. But I deserved it. I wasn't really out there because I'm a woman. I'm saying I'm bringing in most cases more viewership to our show than any of those men who are getting paid 15 times more than me. So there was a year after I was fired that I didn't feel sorry for myself, but I questioned myself, like, I had it so great. I had the job of a lifetime. Why wasn't I satisfied being paid 15 times less than that man over there who's not nearly as talented as me? And then I bought those shoes, and then the Thigh Master came into our life, and we had such success with the Thigh Master. I truly believe, that all negatives are opportunities. All. May not seem like it at the moment because it's like putting your nose against a mirror. You can't see it. But when you can get far enough away and you realize, had I not been fired, I would not have written the books that I've written, I don't think. Because if I had not gotten fired, I wouldn't have had the time to go into the nightclub business, which I don't know if any of you ever got to see me do that, and I'm not finished. When I'm 80, I'm going to be back on stage. I want you to know that. I want you to come to my opening night on my 80th birthday. Okay, Alan, that's what I want. All right? And I know I'm going to do it. I know. I already told my brain that. My brain went, okay, all right, because the brain goes, all right, whatever you want, just tell me. And but that Thighmaster represents to me our turnaround. And Alan, when he came home from that meeting, that when they fired me, and at that time, believe it or not, it wasn't that long ago, but there were no cell phones, so I'm waiting at home, you know, kind of anxious, like, when's he coming home? And there's a way the front door opens when it's good news, and there's a way the front door opens when it's bad news. And the front door opened with bad news, like real slow, and closed real slow. And we lived in a multi-level beach house. I heard him padding up the stairs real slow, not running with excitement. So I meet him at the landing, and he looked at me and he said, "You're out." I said, "I'm out? What do you mean? This is a negotiation. What do you mean I'm out? You mean I'm not Chrissy Snow anymore?" He said, "No." He said, "They want to fire you to make an example so no other woman in television would have the audacity to expect parity." But then he said, because he's so great, took me by the shoulders, he said, "We're going to make this work for us." I didn't know what he meant at that time, but he did. He did. If that had gone well, I'm sure I would have gone on to do sitcoms I'd be doing them now. And how great. And I would love it. I'd probably be real good at it. But I've been able to do so much more with my life, and the thing that I'm most proud of is that I'm able to bring this information to you. I really mean that. All these books and all that fame I got from Three's Company allowed me to have access to the best and brightest minds, and they would take my call because I was well known, and I would get this information from them, put it in a book, and then offer it to you. And I know you appreciate it. I know it's affected your lives. So let me just tell you once more, because I can feel when Caroline gets antsy. We've got this is your job. Oh, okay. Today's a great day if you want to stock up on Gut Renew, because everything's
25% off the entire site, and the promo code is GUT25.
GUT25.
You can either buy one bag of the Gut Renew right here, or you can buy 3 bags, or you can take the Gut Renew 30-day challenge. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you that if you're reading some of the testimonials that are coming in, you're as convinced as we are. We've been doing it for a year. And
just because we like it, really.
Yeah.
I don't think we were doing it for health reasons. It's just, what an incredible thing to start each morning with. Every day I make a different kind, and I take a lot of supplements. You know how gaggy they are? When you have your Gut Renew smoothie, the supplements, you don't even know you're taking them. They just go down with it. So great. Tastes great. Which one do I like the best? I seem to go to the either frozen mango, or frozen peaches. And then what I put in, you can just do the basic recipe on the back. Frozen wild blueberries and coconut milk. It's great. When Caroline said it was great, I went, not enough. No, honestly, it's great. She's right. But what I like to do, because I was trying to, well, actually, it wasn't because I was trying to gain weight. I was gaining weight with the ice cream. But with this, I usually gravitate to either mangoes, frozen, that's your ice cube, or frozen peaches. I've thrown some frozen raspberries so the color is great. And then I put in coconut milk, cover the whole thing, and then I put in a scoop of organic yogurt, and then I put in a little dash of cream, whip it up with a couple of spoons of the immune support, a couple of spoons of this. It's so great. And all your vitamins go down so easy. And then people are writing us that they are pooping like never before, and their stomachs are going flat. They're not constipated anymore. They're not dog tired. It's the dog tired. And when you see everything that's in the Gut Renew, think of it as kind of a spackle, just it seals up all the leaks in your gut. That's Suzanne speak. That's not science. That's just me kind of giving you a visual of what this does. There's a marshmallow root, and there's a Jerusalem artichoke, and there are all these things that aren't in our regular diet that are so good for the gut lining of our barrier wall in our GI tract, which I've said to the point of ad nauseum. The GI tract is the length of a tennis court. Think about that, all wrapped up in here. No wonder it takes so long for everything to go through. And what you're experiencing with all your bloating and your dog tired and that uncomfortable feeling is that it's all stuck in there. It's not stuck in your stomach, which is over here. When it makes that transition, it goes into the small intestine and then hopefully to the large intestine, but it takes so long because you're all clogged up. It gets stuck in there, and then the intestines try to help you. You know what the intestines do, especially as you get older, and I always say aging is about worn out parts. Your intestines start twisting to push the crap out, literally crap, and now your intestines aren't like as good as they used to be, and now they've got to sometimes go through openings this big, sometimes going through opening that big. It's like, that's what's going on. That's what that feeling is.
I can just imagine. Okay, it's dinner time.
Yeah.
there are little kids sitting at dinner saying, "Mom,
Yeah.
I have to listen to my pooping."
Here's the thing. If you are not pooping like soft serve ice cream, I highly recommend you try Gut Renew.
Well, there's a log line.
Like soft serve ice cream.
Some people say peanut butter. Soft serve ice cream.
Soft
If you
serve
have hard little turdy
No.
goos,
Yeah. Last year when I had all that bloating.
You know, you get those little, even like logs that sink.
Yep.
It should be like soft serve.
You're right. And you know what? Mine is every day. A couple of times a day.
It's remarkable.
I know.
Once you start taking, especially doing the 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
I did not have any issues.
Yeah, isn't that something?
You have no idea how much better your system can work. You will. I have had many people say they are having the best bowel movements of their lives, and multiple times a day.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Also, there's a major connection between your gut and your brain. And when your gut's not right, nothing's working right. Your brain's not getting fed properly. Because if your gut's not working right, that means that all the chemicals in your gut are leaking out through the barrier wall, and then those chemicals go on a rampage once they're in your bloodstream, and they want to make their way up into your brain. So they get up to your brain because that's the fattiest organ that we have. Shithead. Thanks, Al. So up in your brain is the hypothalamus and the pituitary. That's essentially what the brain is. The chemicals come in, and after a while, the brain has got to shrink to make more room for the chemicals. The more chemicals that come in, the more the brain has to shrink until pretty soon you're having trouble thinking. Think about all the brain issues that are happening in today's world. It's pretty remarkable. So if any of this resonates with you, buy a bag or buy 3 bags. Today's a good day to buy 3 bags. And the other thing, maybe the most important thing, is it tastes delicious. Yeah. It's not like kind of good. No, it's really, really good. Really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
You know, last night we went back to hot yoga for the first time in a year. Bruce has been back, but I went for the first time. And I mean, I was actually shocked that I could stay in the room the whole time, and I did the entire routine. I was feeling really good. But when I got home, it was late, and I was hungry. Like, I knew my body needed food, and it was the perfect time to have a second Gut Renew smoothie.
Yeah,
and
I've had days like that.
I was giving my body something good, and I needed, you know, after you exercise like that, you need something good. So I had that great protein and all those great nutrients, and I felt full. And then we could go to bed and not have to worry about, you know, cooking a big meal or taking a lot of time. It was perfect.
I often have days where late in the afternoon I want something. What do I want? And I say, I'll have a smoothie. And that's when I usually do that peanut butter and banana one that you made up. That's so good and it's so satisfying.
Yeah, we had that last night. Oh,
yeah,
it was so good.
Yeah, that's the nighttime one.
Yeah, and if you guys, like, you know, some of you are asking about Suzanne's previous line of protein powders. She did have a chocolate version, but with the Gut Renew, it's vanilla flavored. Just add a large spoonful of unsweetened cocoa powder, and it's delicious. And then you have chocolate, and you can add frozen bananas or a little nut butter, whatever you like.
The frozen bananas are great because, you know, when you buy bananas, you buy them, they look perfect in the store. You get them home, and they look great for about 2 days, and then they start getting the black spots. And once they start getting the black spots, they don't taste so good. At that point, peel them, cut them into bite-sized pieces, put them in a Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer. Then, when you want to make your smoothie, you throw the bananas in first because that's your ice, And then you put the coconut milk, and you put the almond milk, and then you put the spoon of cocoa powder, and you put the peanut butter, and what else is in that one? I guess that's it.
Almond milk.
Yeah, I said almond milk. And you whip it all up, and that is good. That's really good. Really good. Well, guess what? It's almost 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
It probably is.
Yeah. How
So
nice.
you want to sing the goodbye song? You know the goodbye song?
What's the goodbye
So
song?
long.
No, you sing it. Come here,
I
Al.
don't know it.
Well, come here.
Okay.
Yeah, come here. They like to see you, and we're both in pink today. And we didn't
This is
plan
so
it.
Cute.
We didn't plan it. This is how it happened.
Lisa Master Reynolds said she just had gut renew for dinner.
I get it, Lisa. Okay. You going to sing to them? No.
I'd
It's
like
not-
you to sing.
No.
Sing something.
No.
You crowed like a chicken.
I know. I know. So long for a while. I don't know the words
And
for
then you pull
a
your ear.
while.
And you
That's
pull
just
your-
Carol Burnett. Bow dee da na 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 na. Doo 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 da na 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 na. So long. Good night.
Bye.
I'll see you Friday.
Friday at 5. I love you guys. Good
Love
night.
you. Good night.